survived. Now, this is a picture of a woman named Rashida when she was a beautiful, happy teenager. And shortly after this photo was taken, Rashida became pregnant and was about to marry the love of her life, a handsome man named Kenny. But tragically, a violent attack would shatter her dreams forever. Watch this. Rashida and Kenny shared a loving relationship that became even closer after Rashida became pregnant. With plans of getting married, Rashida looked forward to a happy life with Kenny. One day, though, Kenny came to Rashida with urgent news that would not be good. Kenny claimed he had been a witness to a murder allegedly committed by a friend of his named Dion. Terrified at being called to testify, Kenny urged Rashida to flee the town with him. But Rashida refused to go for fear of leaving her family. Believing he had to act quickly, Kenny hatched a plan to have an acquaintance sneak him out of town. But first they would drop Rashida off at home, or so they thought. Rashida and Kenny were riding along when they realized that something was wrong. Instead of heading towards Rashida's home, they found themselves in a remote location, having no idea that this was intended to be their final resting place. Confused, the couple were met by Dion, the man who Kenny claimed was responsible for the very murder he had witnessed. The unthinkable would happen next. Dion allegedly shot his friend Kenny at point-blank range. Rashida would be next. In an incredible act of savagery, Dion allegedly shot Rashida in the mouth, nearly blowing off the bottom half of her face. Dion would finish his friend off, allegedly sending another round into Kenny's back. Rashida would receive the same blow as the couple lay in a bloodbath of horror. Incredibly, Rashida would survive. This is Rashida before her attack, and this is Rashida immediately after. Her injury so devastating, it would take over 20 painstaking surgeries to reconstruct the entire bottom half of her face. She is now a survivor. Please, everybody, welcome Rashida. Here she is. See that? See all these people? See all these people want to see you? It's remarkable. Now, if it's hard for everyone to understand Rashida, it's because doctors are still in the process of reconstructing her face and her jaw because they were completely shattered when they were shot. 6 months pregnant. You were 6 months pregnant when you were shot. What happened to your baby?
She's doing fine.
She's doing fine. How much do you miss your fiance?
A lot. A whole lot.
How bad were your injuries?
Very severe. That if I never got to help as fast as I did, I could have bled out and died.
There's a person who saved your life, wasn't there?
The shooting happened like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning.
You walked to a house at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning and knocked on this guy's door.
Yes.
And it happened to be a minister.
Yes.
And Reverend Golphin is here today. You know
yes.
that? We're going to see him in a moment. So there's a lot to this story, all right? And there are lots of pieces to this puzzle that we want to just kind of bring out and put together so we have an entire puzzle all done when it's over. And the first big piece we got to bring out is your daughter, right? Mohana. Here she is. Mohana, how are you? Look at you. Hi, Mohannes. Mohannes, who is that?
Hi, Grandma.
Who's that?
Grandma.
Is that your grandma? Who's that, Mohannes? Right here. Who's this?
My mommy.
And do you know that there's another person who helped save your mom's life? And he's here? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Reverend Michael Golphin. Here he is.
Nice to see you, Reverend. Good to see you.
Did you normally open the door at that hour?
Not normally. I have a balcony, so I really walked out on the balcony to see who was knocking on the door.
You could tell right away that she was in trouble?
Yes.
And you called 911?
We called 911.
And I know, Rashida, you wanna give something to Reverend Golphin.
Yes, Reverend Golphin, this is a plaque to tell you how much you mean to me as well. And it says, Reverend Michael Golphin, you are truly a great shepherd of God. You have led this sheep very far. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, love Rashida and family.
Thank you.